If you want to get more out of your weekend, you got to get more out of your truck. Storage for your tools, cover from the elements, and protection that stands up under pressure. Whether it's a little DIY or your next big project, we say bring it to the backyard, to the barnyard, to everything you can throw at it and everything that stands in its way, because it's not about getting the job done. It's about getting the job done right. Real Truck, bring your truck to life. Heidi ho, boys and girls. It's time for another Jeep Talk Show episode. This is our flagship 2 episode. I mean, if you see April's smiling face, you know it is a flagship 2 episode. We've just been going through it, April. I mean, we tried to record on Wednesday like we normally do, and equipment issues. Thought I had figured it out, so we came back here on Friday to record and ready to go, and it would work. Kinda and not kinda, and it was just irritating as hell. Fortunately, and I remember, this is funny, the older episodes when Josh was the main co-host on the show for many years, we would have these issues, and Josh is over there. He's a technical guy too, and I'm
sure driving that crazy.
Yeah, it would drive him nuts because he's in Oregon and I'm here where all the equipment is.
Right.
And he would he wanted to be involved in it. He would try to help, and it would just irritate the hell out of me because he didn't know the configuration. It's not that he didn't understand how things worked, but if you're not a part of it, you know, and he just wanted to help. And it's like, you know, be cool. He's just trying to help. It's like, just give me a second. I'll figure it out.
Give me a minute. I'll figure it out. And I'm just like, all right, bye. I'll see you later.
Yeah. And I hate doing that to you because you get here to do the show and then something's not working. I thought I had completely tested it today before we got going. Anyway, today we're going to talk about, I should start with the Jeep Talk Show has been on for 15 years. And in that time, we've probably had 27 failures with equipment. Which is not bad, really, in the big scheme of things. And just next month, we'll begin our 16th year. How many of those years have you been listening or viewing the show? The viewing hasn't been going on for that long, maybe a couple of years, maybe 3, if that. But yeah, we're available on YouTube and on Rumble. And I got I'll mention a little bit later in the show, but Spotify. Spotify is a great place to listen and watch.
Yes.
All right, on tonight's episode and our news stories, Jeep hires a comedian. I think this is too late. I think they should have done this back whenever they were just really having the problems with sales. Sales are up now.
Possibly.
Yeah, sales are up now, so maybe it has something to do with them doing more things like this.
It could be. And she's hilarious. It definitely threw me for a loop. Yeah, when I first saw it.
Yeah. So I think it's a great idea. Any way you can get a customer to relate to your brand is a good idea, including the duck thing. Because, you know, some of the people really dislike the ducks, the whole Jeep duck thing, but a lot of people do. And also, too, the duck thing brings people in to the Jeep community that wouldn't normally be a part of it. But they love the idea of the kinder, softer, gentler Jeeper. Also in the news, Jeep range is over 500 miles. And no, I'm not talking about a goddamn EV. This is an internal combustion engine that we're talking about. So more on that in a bit. Hey, you've got a Gladiator.
Yes.
And I think I've talked to you before about lighting, and you do not have any lights. You actually removed the headlights. You didn't want any lights on your Jeep whatsoever.
I have no lighting. I do have headlights, but no actual extra lighting. So, yeah. And not that I don't want it. I just haven't added it. It hasn't been at the front of my list.
Yeah, you had lights stolen.
Sort of. I agreed to let her have them. So.
Well, you said stolen last time. So
I did. I probably did. So, and it could have sort of gone down like that, but yeah.
Police were not called. Nobody was put in jail. Right.
You know, we let our kids have anything not anything they want, but anything of ours. If they're just say, you know, I sure would like those. I'm like, yeah, okay, there you go.
Did she install them herself, or did you install them with her? Or?
She helped. She always actually helps with her installs. And my thing is, we just want her to learn and be able to know how to take care of things and the ins and outs of everything. As a matter of fact, when I talked about my dad having a body shop, at the time that we had a car, we would have to go in the shop and help take care of if we needed something done to it. So nothing was ever just handed to us. It was, here it is, but you have to help, with knowing all the ins and outs of it. So I think that's the best way to raise kids and teach them. I
do too. Frustrating, I'm sure, at the time, but I'm sure you're very happy. And well, you must be happy
Absolutely.
with the way you learned, because you're doing the same thing with your daughter.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So in the today's Gladiator update, we haven't done one of these in a while, but I recently bought something for the Gladiator. I had been looking at the Gatekeeper Off-Road Knuckle Pod brackets for a while, and Amazon has just taught me, and I know there's hidden costs, folks. I understand this, but Amazon has just taught me that I can buy stuff, get it tomorrow, and not have to pay shipping. So when I was looking at the Gatekeeper Off-Road Knuckle Pods, they're like $120. I mean, it's not very much for the brackets, and getting cheap things for a Jeep is almost impossible. So I've been wanting those. Quality. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So whenever I saw that they had a Halloween sale going on, I think the code was spooky. It may still work, folks. You could try it. But the spooky was like 15% off or something, and it covered the shipping and actually lowered the final price a little bit. So I ordered me a set and got them in, and I actually my birthday was in September, and my brother-in-law sent me a Amazon gift card electronically, and it covered the lights that I could use. I found some lights on Amazon. I would much prefer to have Tyree lights, but Tyree doesn't make any 2-inch lights. And it's really tight because these things run right next to your wheels. And it depends on the back spacing of the wheels and the size of your tires. So I actually used Grok. I told Grok what I was running, and factory wheels and the exact tires, the Nexen Rodian MTXs, 35 12.5 by 17s. And it said, nah, you need 2-inch lights. Just like Gatekeeper says. Oh yeah, it's very handy. So I got those lights. Lights came in, and actually the lights came in before the mounts, because United States Postal Service delivered the mounts who knows where. It wasn't in the box. They didn't, how you have those community boxes where you have your little lock box, and then they'll put the key in there. Okay. I actually went and got to get the thing myself. My daughters will usually stop and check the mail for me. Wasn't there. And I think it took like 4 extra days for me to get it. And the neighbor walked it across the street and delivered it. So I had the lights long before I got the lights off of Amazon. So they were very, very quickly. And I'll mention this: the quality of the brackets is very good.
That's good to know.
The paint that's on there, I mean, it's very nice. I mean, I was really surprised that because you could go pretty quickly on this thing, making it, cutting it, and bending it, and doing what you need to do to it, and quite heavy. The brackets were quite thick. Anyway, so I got out there within a couple of days and mounted the brackets. And don't be like me. Don't follow the instructions. But I didn't jack up the Jeep. I just turned the wheel, all the way driver, and took 2 of the bolts out for the wheel bearing assemblies, because that's where where it mounts to. You have 3 there, and the brackets use 2 of those. So I just took that out, put it on there, torqued them down, went over to the other side, did the same thing, and you have to turn it back and forth because there's the bolt towards the back to get to it. Put the other one on there, and I'd already pre-installed the lights, so whenever I mounted them to the Jeep, it was ready to go. And
how long did it take you to do the whole process?
Doing the way I did it, it was really quick. I would say it was maybe an hour. Maybe a little over an hour. Not bad at all. Yeah. Normal people that can get up and down easily, you could probably do it in less time than that. Yeah. So, but got it on there. I did not wire them up, but I did get it tie wrapped so that it didn't yank anything off going down the road. And then got to do the wiring the next day, which that's the payoff. When you have lights and you hook them up, is turning them on. So
seeing them work for the first time.
Exactly.
Yes, that aha moment.
Exactly. So got them hooked up, and I had purchased a locker panel that goes into the factory location, and so it's not factory, it's an aftermarket, but it's red like the factory one, and so I have the locker panel, and the locker panel has 2 additional buttons, aux A and aux B. So I hooked it up to aux B because aux A is going to be there for the compressor for the air lockers whenever I eventually get lockers for the Gladiator. And press that little button. They came on. They both came on, and I put some pictures up on Instagram, the Jeep Talk Show Instagram of the lights, and very happy with them. I have not been out driving at night to see what they're like, but I did do some adjustments, and something happened in the driveway. I was adjusting them, and then once I was done adjusting them on the, you can do it on the garage door so you can see where how high and stuff it is. So I was pulling up closer to the garage door so my daughter could park behind me and get as much room as she could. And as I'm moving up, I'm seeing this little wavy effect. The lights, the lights, and I see these little on the sides of the lighting. I see this wavy effect, and I'm going, "What the hell is that?" And it almost looked like a fire, like you see the flames. Right. So I backed up and I started going forward, and I went, "Oh, that's the mud terrains, the maximum traction knobs that are causing this lighting effect." I didn't. What? Yeah, I didn't anticipate that. Yeah, it was really cool. And I showed it to my wife, and she goes, "What is that?" And I said, "That's the little knobs on the mud terrains that is, going through the light." So anyway, it's really neat. I love putting stuff on the Jeep. I don't necessarily love doing it myself, but I can, and it's a lot cheaper for me to do it. But it can be quite an effort. Just installing those rock lights on your daughter Amber's Jeep, I'm sure was an ordeal.
Yeah, and it was not an hour.
Yeah,
much more than an hour. Same thing with the bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
some of the things you think will go really relatively quickly, oftentimes are the things that take the longest.
Yeah. Well,
this isn't going to take long.
Something's always going to come up. It always does. But the cool thing is, because I had that panel, or if you have a Mopar auxiliary switch panel, with your Rubicon or something like that, it makes hooking up lights really easy. The lights themselves came with a really neat harness and even a push button that had a sticky back.
That's nice.
Like if you have a CJ, a YJ, or a TJ, I ain't putting that shit in my Gladiator.
No.
So, I'm not fancy, but if you have a fancy vehicle, it's nice to be able to keep it fancy. You do whatever you want to do, of course.
Exactly.
The neat thing was I didn't have to do anything with that wiring harness. I just cut off enough of it, to wire up from the lights up to where it goes. And it's a really, really neat installation. I was a little concerned about, I've never hooked anything up to something that moves. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, these knuckle pods are mounted to the wheels, to the wheel bearing assembly. So if you turn the steering wheel, the lights turn with it. Yeah. Right. Which is kind of cool. Cool. If you're...
And it makes sense. Yeah.
If you're off-road and you're making a turn or you're getting around something, now you're going to be lighting up the obstacle directly because you're turned towards that obstacle. Right. I went with amber. I don't know if we may have talked about this before. I think amber is such a better color for off-roading, especially down as low as you can get it, as long as it doesn't drag on the ground, because it gives very much a 3D effect, and really allows you to see the obstacle or the zombie or whatever it is you're going to be crawling over.
I just feel like it's more gentle on your eyes too. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a stigmatism thing as well, but for me, I like the amber.
Yeah.
Ambiance.
So anyway, went very well. It was under $120 for the mounts, and I think I paid $62 for the lights, the 2-inch amber lights.
Oh, okay.
And very, very happy. It was a very inexpensive, simple to install. And this is kind of a point. If you are wanting to start installing things on your Jeep and you've never done that before, never done any mechanicking, this would be a great a starter thing for you to do. Now,
absolutely,
you need to be careful with the electrical. So you might want to get some assistance on that. But as far as installing the lights, the brackets and stuff, really doesn't require a lot of tools either. I mean, some basic tools. This would be a good way to get started on your collection of tools.
Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah. So really, really cool. Gatekeeper Off-Road Knuckle Pod mount brackets. I think it's a mouthful. All right, so new marketing campaign for 2026, Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Jeep launched a humorous social media video featuring comedian, is that Liza?
Liza Schleichinger. I think that's how you say it.
It looks like Liza, which these kids today and their vowels and consonants. Thank you. So Schleichinger, is that what you said?
Schleichinger.
Yeah.
I think that's correct.
Did you know about her before this story?
A little bit, but honestly, when I saw the Jeep ad, I didn't put two and two together because I didn't know her as well enough as I guess I should have. And matter of fact, when I first saw the Jeep ad, I reached out to Jedco and I was like, "Is this for real?" I thought it was a joke. So, it took us a little bit. Neither of us knew. We're like, just kind of watching it and reading the comments, but yeah, it's a thing.
I haven't seen it. I looked up this. No, I looked up this story, but I haven't seen it.
You haven't watched the commercial?
No, I haven't seen it. I'll have to find it, and maybe we can stick a little bit of it here in the show.
You can't appreciate it until you watch the clip. And matter of fact, so the best one is actually on her page. There's also one on the Jeep page, but there's also one on her page. Watch them both. It's unlike, at least I feel like, unlike anything that Jeep has ever put out. So
good. I like that.
It's very comical. It was done well. It's hilarious. It is.
I don't know that this is true, but I feel that it is. Have you noticed that the advertisements on social media, TikTok and Instagram and maybe even Facebook, they're a little less polished? Because I think consumers see that polished immediately and, scroll
right past it.
Yeah,
they don't want polished.
No, they don't want advertisements.
Yes. And, we've been talking a lot about AI, especially in marketing and that sort of thing. And I feel like it's going to be the same. I don't know. Some people are paying attention to the AI, but I think it's out of curiosity as to, kind of why and where are things going. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I think that's going to be one of those things that people start scrolling past as well, if they can tell the difference between the two.
Right.
But when you talk about it being so polished, that's not what people want to see. They want to see the down and dirty and people making mistakes and messing up.
The reality TV.
Yes. They want to see the real.
Yeah. I suspect that the AI will get really, really good, and you'll be able to tell it, make this like, everyday everybody type stuff. And I don't care as long as it's entertaining. But speaking of entertaining, I like what Jeep is doing here with getting a comedian involved because, like I said, they need to be able to reach out to everybody because everybody is a potential customer. And there's people out there that maybe have never been interested in a Jeep. But they kind of like the idea of rough and tumble, square utility vehicle, and they just don't see, I can't do that. But if you make it cool, right. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's already cool. But if you make it cool for them by having the right comedian, that's all the better. So I'm glad this is good for Jeep and good for us because
it is.
They're working on different things to get sales going.
And when I say it's different because honestly, the first time I watched it, I just went, is this for real? And I literally reached out and asked someone. So, and they didn't know either. So I don't know. Yeah, you have to watch it to appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely will. And where did you see it? Was Instagram, TikTok?
It was on Instagram when I first saw it, and it's on the Jeep page. And actually, I'm not sure if it was. Yeah, it was on the Jeep page, but I think they also put it. You know how they invited certain people to their group it was also something in that within the DMs. I think that might be where I initially first saw something, but then I believe it's on their actual page. But if you go to her Instagram, she also has a different cut, and it's hilarious.
Very, very good.
It's a little bit, I don't know. Can we say risque for Jeep?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Jeepers are risque. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's for Jeep to put it out. It was different, but it was fun in a good way.
That's good. That's good. And I think it's very important. I mean, I think all of us really don't like ads, but whenever they do put some thought into the ad, it's fun. It's fun to watch that ad, and I think it's very difficult to do. Way back, and I think it was around the year 2000, maybe 99, 98. There was a lot of .com stuff going on. The internet was the big deal. It's AI now. The internet was the big deal back there in the late 90s. And they had this one provider who knows what the hell they were selling, but they were some sort of internet company. And the name of the company had an O in it. And what they were doing was they were putting a hamster in a cannon and shooting the hamster out of the cannon, trying to get it through the opening in the O as part of their name. It was so wrong and so.
But you had to watch it.
Well, the hamster would go out the cannon and it would hit. And the guy goes so close, and it would fall, and then run back to the cannon. You know, it was so funny. And then finally it went through the hole, and it was like, yay! It was very simple, but it was like, oh, you can't do that to the poor hamster.
Exactly. And you can't turn away because you got to watch and make sure the hamster eventually makes it through the hole.
But they had a smack. Great. They had a nice smack sound when it wouldn't go through the hole.
I'm sure.
That's going to leave a mark.
Extra effect.
Yeah. Anyway, this comedian is emphasizing the Grand Wagoneer's family-friendly space, comforts, and safety features. The ad uses unexpected scenarios to highlight its roominess. So I'll have to watch this, and you guys will have to go and watch it too, and we'll see if we can get away with maybe playing a little bit of it here in the background. No sound, but a little bit of the video, and put a link to where the full video is at. realtruck.com/blog. In this episode, we're going to be talking about ceramic versus semi-metallic brake pads. 5 key differences. When it's time to replace your brake pads, choosing the right type matters just as much as the brand. 2 of the most common options, ceramic and semi-metallic, may look similar on the shelf, but they perform very different once they're on your truck. Each compound comes with its strengths and trade-offs, depending on how and where you drive. From daily commuting to hauling, towing, off-roading, the right brake pad can improve stopping power, reduce wear, and help you get more life out of your rotors. In this guide, we'll break down the 5 key differences between ceramic and semi-metallic brake pads to help you decide which is better for you and your best for your driving. In this blog entry that you can find at realtruck.com/blog, we're going to talk about material and compound, performance, abrasiveness and wear, noise levels, and brake dust levels. Man, if you've ever done a brake change, you know that the brake dust can get really, really thick. So just head over to realtruck.com/blog and do a search for ceramic versus semi-metallic brake pads. Only on realtruck.com. All right, it's time to depress everybody and talk. I shouldn't say that. It's time to talk about a wonderful thing that you can do for yourself and the Jeep Talk Show. I like that. That was a good save.
That's good. That's better.
Be a Patreon subscriber. It's got ad-free content, and you can use it on Spotify. You do not have to use it for Spotify. You can just go over to Spotify and watch the videos and the audio right now with ads and stuff. But if you, I think some people. Have you ever done Patreon or become a Patreon subscriber or anything?
No, and we actually thought about adding it with our Women's Off-Road Warriors podcast, so we just haven't done it yet.
We got a lot of complaints, not about the show, not about necessarily being the Spotify thing, because signing up is easy, being a member is easy. But the app that you would use to listen to the show on Spotify sucks. And why in the world would you want to subscribe to a show and then you try to use the app for Spotify? We have nothing to do with that app. And it's just not, it doesn't, I think one of the complaints was it doesn't keep up where you left off.
Oh, okay.
So can you imagine going out, jumping in your Jeep for your 45-minute drive to work, and you press the button to continue listening to the Jeep Talk Show, and it's on another episode.
No.
And now you have to be poking around and getting back to where you were while you're driving and trying to be safe. Now, Patreon may have fixed the issue now, but this is the complaints that we got when we first turned this thing on. So I found an alternative, which is Spotify. Spotify has a wonderful app and even allows you to listen or view the show. And it does keep up with where you left off. And it's free. I mean, everybody knows Spotify. You listen to music and stuff on, but they're getting heavy into the podcasting environment.
Right.
And so I've been very, very pleased with it. And the other cool thing is, any other podcast you're listening to or watching, you can just do it there on Spotify. So you don't have to have a special app for the Jeep Talk Show.
Very cool.
Yeah. So definitely recommend Spotify, and you can also do the ad-free content on Spotify, and that's both on audio and video. Won't see the ads, you won't hear the ads. So give that I think that's worth it for me personally. If you love the show, you want to help support the show, and you want to go ad-free, and there's some other benefits there that you can read about. Just go to our Patreon page. It's really simple. Just go to xjtalk.com/contact, and there'll be a link there for becoming a Patreon subscriber. We could really use your help. All right, so to the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee debuts with major powertrain update. The refreshed, which means it was crap and they're trying to make it better. The refreshed 2026 Grand Cherokee introduces a new efficient engine promising up to 506 miles. I did say over 500. Okay. It's like 1999. You know how they do the prices?
Right, 506.
Yeah. So
or Walmart. What is it? 98, 97? I don't know. They might have changed it.
It's at Sam's Club. My wife learned that if they price things with like 87 cents or some unusual number, that means it's not going to be available. They're getting rid of it. So.
Oh yeah, I did see something about that. Yes, yes. I think that's for multiple different stores. They do that.
It probably is.
Kind of
Most of our stuff comes from Sam's Club and HEB.
Okay.
Good God, HEB and their store brands. Their store brands are better than the national brands.
We don't have that here.
Oh,
I don't think.
HEB.
Now
is
Sam's
nice.
Club. I had to stop going to Sam's Club though, because I'd get in trouble there. I'd buy you go buy groceries there and you get a couple of things and it's $300, and then you got to live off a box of, I don't know, oatmeal for a month.
Yeah. Well, but you can buy so much. I mean, that's the whole idea behind Sam's is getting a lot of stuff. It's a savings, but yeah, it is expensive initially.
Yes.
So anyway, the new efficient engine, 506 miles of range and 6,200 pound towing capacity. I'll just mention that the Gladiator with a max tow is like 1,000 pounds more than that. But I mean, this is a Grand Cherokee. So I'm sorry, Grand Cherokee. If I said that's right, Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
All right. This addresses fuel economy concerns while maintaining off-road prowess. Oh, give me a break. This Grand Cherokee is not an off-road vehicle. Not saying you can't take it off-road, but come on, let's be realistic about it.
My first Jeep was a Grand Cherokee.
They're nice vehicles.
I did not off-road in it.
Yeah, they're nice.
Just say that.
They're fancy.
Are nice.
I mean, I like the Trackhawk that they had a while back. I definitely could see my wife driving a Grand Cherokee because it's kind of like a fancy Jeep.
Yes, a fancy Jeep. But yeah, I wouldn't take that to off-road in.
It just seems wrong. Other updates include minor interior tweaks, but the powertrain is the star. So I love hearing about this. This is another positive Jeep thing. They're not talking about EVs here. They're talking about an internal combustion engine. and they're talking about good gas mileage. And the positive side here is you don't have to find a charger. You just you find a gas station, which they're all over.
Yes.
I've made this point before. I think the EVs are doing much better as far as you jump in one and take off, and you don't really have to plan out where you're going to be charging your vehicle. I found out through an interview with a Tesla, with a Tesla guy, that the Tesla itself will actually direct you to chargers on your trip.
Yes.
So they've thought about that aspect of it. But I mean, just the idea of road trip, you really don't make plans. It's just like, let's go to blah, blah, blah. I remember one time when we got a minivan, a Ford Aerostar, if you remember those things, it was neat having a new vehicle, and you just want to drive it. And we jumped in the Ford Aerostar, and I think my wife's mom and dad came with us. We just drove to San Antonio. It's about 200 miles away to go eat at IHOP. Well, we got an IHOP, 2 miles away.
But you drove that far?
Yeah, drove that.
That's great.
Drove that 7-passenger vehicle to San Antonio and ate at IHOP, and it was just fun to do. Something different. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
I might have chosen something different than IHOP, but yeah, okay.
Oh, you're not a what is the cinder block one? A waffle? You're not a Waffle House person or a Denny's?
No, I like IHOP, but I like Waffle House. We have a Cracker Barrel here. Cracker Barrels are good.
Mm-hmm.
But if I drove 2 hours away and I had a what is it that you went to? IHOP with 2 miles from me, I might have chosen something else, just to be a little different.
Mm-hmm. I think going to Austin would have probably been a better idea. I think at the time I didn't realize that Austin was like a barbecue capital of the world.
Oh gosh,
there's a lot of famous barbecue places in Austin, and yes, I mean IHOP is good. I enjoy IHOP, and it's a good value. But if I have a chance to eat a bunch of beef, absolutely,
yeah.
Steak would be nice too, but I mean that's a lot of people to feed steak to. All right, so we want
to just bought a vehicle.
Yes. All right, so I want to remind everybody about the Jeep Talk Show community. It is like our roundtable. That's a meeting that we have, a Zoom meeting that we have every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, that you can join. We also have a Discord server that you can come in and chat up. And we often, when we're on the roundtable, we're on the Discord server at the same time, sharing pictures and because we'll talk about, the things that you want to do to your Jeep, and people will ask questions about what do you think about this, that, and the other. And then you go and find it and put it up on Discord with a link, and now they can click on it and look and see, and everybody can, help spend other people's money. We've had quite a few people building their Jeeps on recently, where we're talking about it on the roundtable. So it really is a community that you can be a part of, and just join in with the other listeners and viewers like yourself. And everybody's welcome. We have a good time. We try to recognize new people, which I know is a little nerve-wracking. You don't want to be singled out, but at the same time, you want to be included.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
So if I don't notice the new people, then somebody else will. One of the regulars will. So. Right. Yeah, and it's
That's
not,
cool.
It's not a huge crowd of people. We usually have anywhere from 17 to 25 people.
That's a great number, actually.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, 100 would be better, but that's just me. But we have really fun conversations. Are you familiar with the moped? I think I've mentioned this to you a couple shows back. Greg Henderson, unofficial use only, riding a moped 2,400 miles. Oh, yeah. From Michigan. Yes. So the whole idea for that came about on the round table.
That's right. They did mention that.
Yeah, they were just bullshitting, and
then it happens.
And Greg goes, you know what? I could do that.
Yeah.
And
that's so cool.
2 years in a row.
That can happen. Yeah.
SEMA cares. And you could probably still donate to that ride, even though SEMA is done. So just go over to unofficialuseonly.com and look around. You can still donate. All right. So Stellantis warns of one-off costs. That's not good. That's like write-offs is what it sounds like. So Stellantis reported a revenue jump, but flagged upcoming charges to be excluded from operating income related to restructuring, including Jeep initiatives. Shares fell by nearly 9%. That's a big drop. I guess it really
is a big drop.
I mean, percentage-wise, it's a big drop. It really depends on what the value of or the cost of each individual share is. But but it dropped 9% in trading. CEO Antonio Filoso, I'm just going with that. That's wrong. Emphasized U.S. growth focus, tying into the earlier $13 billion investment. $13 billion with a B.
Billion.
So they're investing in the U.S. and love him or hate him, this investment is directly tied to tariffs and Trump. So I love the idea that we have a president that is actually trying to get Americans back to work. So sales momentum, U.S. Jeep sales rose 11% in Q3, ending in September, driven by a 122% Wagoneer surge. My goodness, marking the first yearly uptick in 2 years. The Wagoneer is a beautiful, beautiful vehicle, and it's huge. I remember I guess it was 2024 when I was at Easter Jeep Safari. Maybe it was 2023, but they had the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, there at that little area, where they have all the Jeep vehicles, the concept vehicles. This wasn't a concept vehicle, other than they had it outfitted for overlanding, and it was it reminded me of a Star Trek space shuttle, The Next Generation, where there's so much room in there, and there was even room above. They had a little, like a bed thing at the top, or maybe it was a tent.
That's cool.
But it was gorgeous. I mean,
I bet.
Beautiful thing.
They're pretty vehicles.
And for $350,000, it should have been. No, I'm joking.
$350?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was
those things are like $100,000,
Yeah. I was like, what did they outfit it with? It must have been the space shuttle.
Full-time hookers. So pay as you go.
Like, what?
So I'm glad to hear. And going back to the thing with the comedian, the other things that they're doing, I think this is goes directly to Jeep trying things and doing things that are, marketing and things that people like. And not some European asshole going, you Americans are ugly. I don't care if you like the Jeep or not. We're going to make this thing the way we want to make it. And they say, okay, hold my beer.
Yeah. I think they're trying to listen to the consumers a little bit more. So, and even with the ad, it was eye-catching because I watched it, I don't know how many times, several times, just to be like, is this for real?
Yeah.
Like, is this really from Jeep? Is this who put this out? So, yeah, I think it's definitely great marketing.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of great marketing, and I don't know that this is, but it's time for a little Nikki G. All right, Nikki, thank you so much for being there. God, I hope I remember to put that in there, because that would be like... People go, what? That's a tease. Where's Nikki G?
Where's Nikki G?
Where's Nikki G?
The last one when we recorded was pretty funny. I forget what I was talking about, but his part right after was just perfect. So I got a kick out of it.
He really comes up with a lot of stuff.
He does. It was so funny.
If you talk to Nikki G in person, he's very quiet and reserved. You can see that. You can see the craziness going on behind the eyes. Yes. But he's very quiet and reserved.
I can see that.
And for maybe that's the reason why he has so many of these things. He's been working them up for years.
It was perfect though. The last one was great. Yeah, I definitely chuckled.
He does good stuff. You got April, do you got anything coming up? Any kind of any events? Anything you're doing? Maybe modifications or buying some lights to put on your Jeep?
Buy some lights. I probably should buy some lights. That may be the next thing that I do. But the shows are pretty over for the year. After SEMA, everybody's kind of just takes a little bit of a rest break, enjoys Thanksgiving, Christmas. There will be some small things here and there, but nothing major, big. We'll start next year up, definitely Jeep Beach, Artemis, and then just full force in. So, just keeping up with the podcast, catching up with that. That's definitely what I'm going to be doing, putting all that out. So, yeah, as far as modifications go with the Jeep, I'm at a point where, yeah, I'm deciding what's next. So
I was afraid you were going to say
I
that you're done.
definitely,
You're done with the modifications, and I was going to
I'm
call you
not
on that.
done. Are you ever done?
No, that's
You
the
can't
point.
be
That's the point.
done.
Anybody that
So,
says I'm done with my modifications, they're either getting ready to die,
right?
or they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly. And between, with having three, I will never be done. So with adding things to Amber's, to mine, to the Gladiator, I'm not done. And with the Rubicon, I'm well over 100,000 miles. I'm like, do I want to just get another one? Do I want to, think about an engine swap? I've got so much going on in my brain right now as far as what I want to do. I'm looking at the new 392s that Jeep is about to drop.
The final.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
God bless them.
I'm watching them.
Lie to me, but just keep the good stuff coming. It's like dating a stripper. It's just like lie to me, honey, but just keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Yeah, I'm watching those 392s. I need to stop. I need to stop. The marketing hopefully won't be so great on that because I could be a sucker.
Well, there's some difficulties with having the 392. Like the transfer case is not the standard Rubicon transfer case. You can't do the 4-to-1 in there. And I think that I think this is true. The front and rear axle is always engaged on the 392 because there's too much power and it will twist things up. If it doesn't go to all four wheels all the time. I think it's like a part-time and a full-time. Like they had on earlier
But it
Jeeps.
sounds so good.
Oh yeah, but there's other things because the engine's so big, it hangs down lower. So some skid plates and stuff that you would normally be able to have for a 3.6 or I think even a diesel, that won't fit on the 392 because of some stuff hanging down. But it's like most things. Like we always say, no modification goes unpunished. Same thing can happen whenever you buy a specialized Jeep, but I agree with you. It'd be really neat to have that roar. If I had the money, I think it'd be a lot of fun to get America's Most Wanted 4x4 to drop in a Hemi, and because you could choose which one you want in there.
I would definitely take an America's Most Wanted.
They do a nice job.
Those are very nice. Yeah, I had the opportunity to ride in one time, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Natalie,
and it was fun.
Yeah, Natalie drove one for a bit. She was driving a America's Most Wanted 4x4 around, and she was bad in it. She didn't have to tell us on the show, but she was bad in it. I mean, but when you get that kind of horsepower and you're on 44s or whatever that was, you got to be a little bad, right?
Right. I will definitely say the guy that we were riding with, I was a little bit scared, to say the least. So I was a little bit scared. We were holding on. That's for certain. So
perfect. That's exactly.
That's how it should be. So
exactly. Yeah.
And the opportunity came up. I would definitely go with America's Most Wanted.
And you have been talking bad about the guys, like, well, he was a pussy. He wouldn't even get into it. He wouldn't even give it.
He got into it.
No, but I'm saying if he hadn't done that, you would have been upset.
Right? Exactly.
But you got to drive one. You haven't driven one?
We had a nice. No, I haven't driven it myself. I'm sure he would have let me.
Mm-hmm.
Several different people did drive it, but yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot you mentioned the podcast. And when you mentioned the podcast, you weren't talking about this one. You were talking about your podcast.
Correct.
We haven't talked about this in a couple of shows. Tell people about your podcast.
So we've got Women Off-Road Warriors, and I have two other co-hosts with me, Lily and Christy. They're also kind of big on Instagram. They, are great wheeling ladies, so off-road. But yeah, it's a fun time. We, just sit and chat, and drink our tea, and just have a good time. So definitely check that out. We're on Spotify, YouTube, all the channels. So good time.
And the name of it again was?
Women Off-Road Warriors.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Nikki G. Now that Halloween's around the corner, I just want to remind everybody, not now, Eddie. No one thinks that's funny. I'd like to remind everybody that while you're driving down the road, be careful of the little beggars walking along the streets looking for handouts. No, I'm not talking about the trick-or-treaters. I'm talking about us XJ drivers. Yeah, we're always broke down walking alongside the road looking for free gas or free crank position sensors. That's always a good gift. On another note, if you want to get free toilet paper, all you have to do is when the trick-or-treaters ring your doorbell, drop a can of soup in their trick-or-treat bag. Yeah, you'll get a year's supply. Again, Eddie, that's not funny. But that's not why I'm calling. I'm calling to tell you that I'm writing a song about getting your locks replaced. Yeah, there's a key change at the end. You have to know a little music theory, I guess, to understand that. Maybe, I don't know. All right, boys and girls, let's chat. Eddie won't shut up. I'll chat you later and have a good one. Bye.
Alrighty, well, a great show, lots of fun. It's always fun to talk to you, April, and I'm just so proud of myself that I'm getting April every time and not saying Amber every so often. I know it doesn't bother you, but it bothers me.
Not at all. Not at all.
You don't get much more personal than a name. And when I don't say the name right, it bothers me. Anyway, are you ready to join the Jeep Talk Show crew? Become a Patreon subscriber today. Yeah, we won't leave it alone. At xjtalk.com/contact and unlock exclusive perks while supporting the show. Keep the adventure rolling by leaving a 5-star rating and review. I need to check reviews. I need to check Apple reviews. I haven't done that in a while. By the 5-star rating and review and on your favorite podcast platform to help grow our Jeep community. Tell people about it, especially when you're at events and stuff. If you've got a Jeep Talk Show sticker on your Jeep, or you just want to randomly go up to people and say, hey, have you heard of the Jeep Talk Show? That's perfectly fine with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share and comment. Stay in the loop by following us on social media and signing up for our newsletter for the latest Jeep news and must-attend events. Got a question or idea for our next episode? Send it our way at jeeptalkshow.com/contact. Are you guys getting that? jeeptalkshow.com/contact. What is it I say? I say it 2 more times, I get a toaster. Thanks for riding along, and let's hit the trail with more epic adventures. April, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. See you guys.
Broadcasting since 2010.
You're my friend. You're my new friend.